What if I told you 90% of men are kissing all the wrong places? Hello, gentlemen. I'm Dr. Livia Moret, a urologist with over a decade of experience helping senior men restore their vitality, regain confidence, and reconnect with their partners in ways they thought were lost forever. Today, we're diving into a topic that can completely transform your intimate life. 3 kissing spots that send waves of pleasure through her entire nervous system and create an emotional bond so deep she'll crave your touch for days afterward. Now you might be thinking, kissing, isn't that something everyone already knows? Not true. In fact, for men over 50, learning where and how to kiss correctly can deepen your emotional connection, intensify her physical response, and make every encounter more meaningful for both of you. Before we start, do me a favor. Like this video, drop a comment below telling me where you're watching from, and subscribe so you never miss these expert tips designed specifically for men over 50 who want deeper intimacy. Here's a common misconception most men believe. Kissing is simple, instinctive, so there's no need to learn anything new. Wrong. Think about it like playing an instrument or cooking. Skill makes all the difference in the world. A man who truly understands how to stimulate a woman, biologically, emotionally, and practically, can unlock levels of pleasure that most men never even come close to reaching. Let me break this down for you. Biologically, these 3 spots are neurological pathways connected directly to her brain's pleasure and bonding centers. The hollow of her throat activates her vagus nerve. Her inner forearm contains nerve endings that create anticipatory pleasure. Her inner thigh connects to pathways that trigger full-body arousal. Emotionally, women don't just respond to touch alone, they respond to patience. They respond to attentiveness. They respond to real connection. When done right, kissing these spots becomes an intimate language of care, a way of saying, I see you, I value you, your pleasure matters to me. Practically, you need to approach this like a professional. Gentle touch, perfect timing, deliberate movements. Skip these basics, and you risk making her uncomfortable, or worse, making her pull away completely. I've worked with countless men over 50 who thought deep intimacy was behind them, that their best years were gone. But once they learned these 3 spots and the right approach, something incredible happened. Their partners reported stronger emotional connection, more intense physical response, and renewed desire they hadn't felt in years. Here's what most men don't realize. As we age, especially after 50, our approach to intimacy needs to change completely. The rushed, aggressive moves that might have worked in younger years can actually work against us now. Women at this stage aren't looking for someone to prove their masculinity through force or speed. They want presence, intention, a man who understands that intimacy starts in the mind, moves to the heart, and only then reaches the body. Today I'm going to walk you through, step by step, 3 expert spots that will elevate your intimate connection. These are science-backed, easy to remember, and effective for men at any age, especially men over 50. Let's dive in. Spot number 1, the hollow at the base of her throat. The first spot might surprise you, because it's not where most men think to focus. It's the soft hollow at the base of her throat, right where her collarbones meet. Here's what happens biologically. This tiny depression sits directly above her heart, and beneath the surface lies one of the most sensitive nerve clusters in the female body. When you kiss this spot correctly, you're sending signals directly to her vagus nerve, the longest nerve that connects her brain to her heart, lungs, and entire body. This nerve controls her relaxation response, and when activated through gentle touch, it triggers the release of oxytocin, the hormone responsible for bonding and trust. Emotionally, this spot requires absolute trust. The skin here is paper thin, and beneath it lies her windpipe and major blood vessels. When you press your lips here, you're touching one of the most vulnerable parts of her body. She can't see what you're doing, she has to trust you completely, and when you honor that trust with soft, intentional kisses, you're saying, I see how delicate you are, and I will treat you with the care you deserve. Practically, here's what you should do. Start by simply resting your lips against the hollow for a few seconds. Let her feel your breath. Then place the softest possible kiss, almost like you're kissing a soap bubble that might burst if you're not careful. The lighter your touch, the more intense her response. Most men rush past this spot or press too hard, missing the entire point. They think more pressure equals more pleasure, but with this area, the opposite is true. What happens next is remarkable. Her breathing will deepen, her shoulders will relax. You'll feel her body soften against you as her nervous system switches from alertness to receptivity. This isn't just physical relaxation, it's emotional surrender. A 61-year-old patient told me his wife hadn't let him hold her from behind in years. After I taught him to kiss this throat spot while embracing her, he reported back amazed. "She melted into me," he said. "I haven't felt her relax like that in a decade." Spot number 2. The inner forearm, just above the wrist. The second spot is even more surprising, because it's hidden in plain sight. It's the skin just above her pulse point on her wrist, about 2 inches up from where her hand meets her forearm. Biologically, this area contains what medical professionals call the superficial radial nerve, directly connected to the same neural pathways that control sexual arousal. When you kiss this spot, you're sending a direct message to her brain's pleasure centers. But unlike obvious erogenous zones, this spot creates what researchers call anticipatory pleasure, a building sense of excitement that spreads slowly through her entire body. Emotionally, the reason this works so well is because it's completely unexpected. Most men never think to kiss a woman's forearm, which is exactly what makes it so effective. When you take her hand during conversation and suddenly bring her wrist to your lips, you're doing something that catches her completely off guard. Practically, here's the right way to do it. Take her hand as if you're going to hold it, but instead of interlacing your fingers, gently turn her wrist upward. Look into her eyes for a moment, then slowly bring her forearm to your lips. Start about 2 inches above her wrist and place a series of soft, slow kisses moving upward toward her elbow. Each kiss should last about 3 seconds, and pause between them to let the sensation build. The skin on the inner forearm is incredibly sensitive because it's rarely touched by anything except clothing. It has a high concentration of nerve endings that are essentially dormant most of the time. When you activate them with gentle kisses, you're waking up sensations she's probably never felt before. What you're doing is creating what neurologists call a sensory cascade, a chain reaction of nerve signals that starts at her forearm and spreads throughout her nervous system. Many women describe this feeling as electric tingles moving through their entire body. One patient, married for 28 years, tried this during a regular evening at home. He told me, "I kissed her wrist while we were watching TV, and she actually gasped. She said nobody had ever done that before. It led to the most intimate night we've had in years." Spot number 3. The inner thigh above the knee. The third spot is perhaps the most powerful of all, but it's also the riskiest, because it requires perfect timing and absolute trust. It's the soft skin on the inside of her upper thigh, about 4 inches above her knee. Biologically, this area is part of what medical textbooks call the femoral triangle, a region rich with blood vessels, lymph nodes, and nerve endings that connect directly to her pelvic region. When kissed correctly, this spot creates sensations that radiate upward through her entire pelvic area, creating full body arousal that builds slowly and intensely. Emotionally, here's the crucial part. This spot should never be your first move. It only works when she's already completely relaxed and trusting. If you try to kiss this area too early, before she's emotionally ready, it can feel invasive rather than intimate. The inner thigh is an incredibly vulnerable area, soft, hidden, and for many women, a source of self-consciousness. When you kiss this area with reverence rather than hunger, you're telling her that you find every part of her beautiful. Practically, the technique here requires patience and attention to her responses. Start by kissing her knee, then very slowly work your way upward with soft, light kisses. Pay attention to her breathing, the tension in her muscles, the way she responds to each touch. If she tenses up or pulls away, stop immediately and return to safer areas. But if she relaxes into your touch, you can continue upward, always maintaining that gentle, reverent approach. The reason this spot is so powerful lies in its connection to the femoral nerve, which branches from her spinal cord and controls sensation throughout her entire pelvic region. When you stimulate this nerve through gentle kisses, you're sending pleasure signals directly to the same neural pathways involved in sexual climax. A 56-year-old patient shared with me that after 25 years of marriage, he'd never kissed his wife's inner thigh. When he finally did, using the slow, reverent approach I taught him, she cried afterward. Not from sadness, but from feeling truly seen and cherished for the first time in years. Comment below, which of these 3 spots surprises you the most? Let me explain the science behind why these 3 areas create such intense responses. What makes these spots so effective isn't just their physical sensitivity, it's the psychological impact of focusing on areas that most men completely ignore. When you kiss the hollow of her throat, her inner forearm, and her inner thigh, you're showing her that you're not just interested in the obvious places. You're interested in discovering every part of her body, including the hidden spots that no one else has ever paid attention to. This kind of attention creates what psychologists call felt sense of being seen, the profound emotional experience of feeling truly noticed and appreciated for who you are. For women, especially as they age, this feeling is incredibly rare and incredibly powerful. But there's another layer to this that's crucial for men over 50 to understand. These techniques work because they require the kind of patience and mindfulness that comes with maturity. Younger men are often too eager, too focused on reaching the destination rather than enjoying the process. But when you have the confidence that comes with experience, you can slow down and truly savor these moments of connection. The key to all of this is understanding that arousal for women, especially mature women, is primarily mental and emotional. Physical technique is important, but it's secondary to the feeling of safety, trust, and being cherished that you create through your approach. These areas are rich with what neurologists call tactile afferents, specialized nerve fibers that respond specifically to gentle, caring touch. When you activate them through gentle kisses, you're literally triggering her brain's bonding and attachment systems. This is why these techniques become more powerful with age, rather than less. Let me put all of this together for you in one simple, easy-to-follow system. Number 1. Start with the safest spot first, the inner forearm. This is non-threatening and can happen during casual conversation. Tonight, while sitting together, take her hand and try kissing her wrist. This builds confidence and trust. Number 2. Move to the throat hollow when holding her. This works beautifully when you're embracing her from behind, perhaps while she's cooking or looking out a window. Rest your lips against the hollow, let her feel your breath, then place the softest kiss possible. Number 3. Save the inner thigh for intimate moments only. This spot only works when she's already completely relaxed and trusting. Start at her knee, work slowly upward, and pay close attention to her responses. If she tenses, stop and return to safer areas. Number 4. Weave them naturally into connection. These techniques work best when they're part of natural moments, not isolated moves. The forearm kiss during conversation, the throat kiss while embracing, the inner thigh kiss during intimate time. Number 5. Create the right environment. These aren't techniques for rushed encounters. They require time, privacy, and a sense of safety. Soft lighting, comfortable temperature, and freedom from interruption all matter. Number 6. Pay attention to her responses constantly. Every woman is different. If she relaxes into your touch, continue. If she tenses or pulls away, slow down or return to safer areas. Her body will tell you everything you need to know. Number 7. Combine with emotional connection throughout. Make eye contact. Use gentle affirming words. Show her that she matters to you. Say things like, "You're beautiful," or "I love being close to you like this." Follow these 7 steps exactly, and you'll create powerful, memorable experiences that deepen your bond in ways you never imagined. The final word, 10 to 11:30. Gentlemen, here's what I need you to understand. Intimacy isn't about speed. It's not about performance. It's not about proving anything to anyone. It's about connection. It's about presence. It's about being responsive to the person you care about most. The 3 spots I've shared, the hollow of her throat, her inner forearm, and her inner thigh, work because they're neurological pathways directly connected to her brain's pleasure and bonding centers. But the real power isn't just in the physical sensitivity. It's in the psychological impact of focusing on areas most men completely ignore. These techniques become more powerful with age, not less, because they require the patience and presence that comes with maturity. Women over 50 aren't looking for aggressive performance. They want genuine connection, emotional safety, and a man who understands that intimacy starts in the mind and heart. Remember this. Your age does not diminish your ability to excite or satisfy your partner, not at all. In fact, with patience, with practice, with real awareness, your intimate experiences can be richer and more satisfying than they've ever been in your entire life. Even small gestures can transform your entire relationship. Gentle exploration, mindful observation, reverent touch. These things improve pleasure. They enhance trust. They deepen your bond in ways you might not even realize. Tonight, try approaching intimacy with patience, with real attentiveness, with genuine care. Start with the inner forearm, progress to the throat hollow, and only move to the inner thigh when trust is fully established. Observe her cues carefully, start slow, and prioritize emotional connection just as much as physical technique. If this video helped you, like it right now, comment below and tell me which spot you'll try first, and subscribe for more expert guidance tailored specifically for men over 50 who want real confidence and deeper intimacy. I'm Dr. Livia Moret, and I'm reminding you, small mindful changes today can bring you comfort, confidence, and deeper connection tomorrow. Your age is your advantage. You bring experience, you bring presence, and you bring the ability to truly understand and cherish your partner in ways that create lasting intimacy.